Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing, coming to you with another craft with me. I watched this video process first over done by Cheryl Tallafuss, and I will be sure to link her channel. It's not, the name of her channel is not on the top of my mind right now, but I will link her in the video description. There have been a variety of videos that I have watched on this process, but I really loved hers because she describes how she interacts and how she deals with her scraps. And she basically saves her scraps, and then at the end of the month she sorts them out in a particular way, and then she'll do these things, which is basically, she calls them a twisted tangle or twisted dangle. I can't remember. It's a tongue twister. But she basically just took her scraps and she glued them on just a variety of different kinds of paper, and then she kind of collaged them in strips, or just collaged basically, not all in strips, and then she cut them up and then she ran them through her embossing machine. So I am prepared to do that. So I've got 3 embossing folders. I've got this dot one that I really love. I have this script one, and then I have this other script one, which I really love as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that today. I'm going to do it a little bit differently than her, in that I am just going to do kind of a regular collage kind of activity. So I will show you, I did, so let me back up a second. So you want to make sure that you're not cutting on these or embossing on these until they're dry. So I did use my glue stick, which I need to get out because I completely forgot. So here's my glue stick. So what I did is I prepared what I'm just calling a master board. I'm just basically creating a master board on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, just like I would if I was just going to collage, and then we're going to cut that up. But I did 3 boards. I just went through massive amounts of my trash off camera as I was preparing for this, and so they've been drying for like a week, so they are ready to be cut. But I thought I'd show you just how I would collage them by doing one here with the scraps from the kits that I'm using for the journal for my sister that's called For the Love of Blue. So this is one of the last things I'm going to be doing in her journal, and then I will be ready to do a flip through. So we're going to get going on this. Let me just show you. These are the master boards that I created, which I thought they turned out great. I was controlling the tones a little bit just because I didn't want anything really wild and crazy getting mixed up together. So you can see here I've got, this is just my collage style. So I like break up pieces so they're spread out, so that they're not all clumped together, and I did try to put some like colors together. So that is the first one, and then this was the second one. This one's going to be pretty boring because it doesn't have anything here. That's just going to all be one color, but that's okay. But I liked how this color tied in with those peachy roses in various places. And then this was another one. So again, you can see I use similar tones, but we're going to go ahead and do one of these. I'm not going to do all 3 of these on camera, but I am going to go ahead and just set this one aside, and we will do our actual embossing and stuff on this, cutting them up, and then showing you how that twisted dangle works. We might put a little piece of lace or something on there as well. Reminds me I did not grab any bulb pins, so I may have to get up and do that when we get a little further along, but I'm going to set that aside for now, along with the embossing folders. So this is what I decided to do with this one. So rather than worrying about having to put something on the back like Cheryl did, which was fine. I mean, she was using her scraps, and that's a beautiful thing. But I thought, I've got these bad prints, so this is where my printer ran out of ink. So I can't really use that side. So I thought we would go ahead and just do the collaging on this side, and then we'll have this blue background. This is from the kit. I think this was a My Porch Prints paper. So we're going to turn that over. And I am going to get a glue book here because I don't want to get my my desk all yucky. So I've just got a small one here. And we're just going to start collaging on. So again, these are scraps from the kits that I used for the Love of Blue journal, and a variety of other papers here just to kind of bring in those color tones from the journal. So we're going to just get going here. I'm feeling like I want some of these to be, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and tear some of these because I don't want them all to be in one spot. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn the music on and let you watch my process of collaging and kind of how I arrange things on a collage masterboard. When Cheryl did it, she wasn't focused on the collaging process. She was basically just putting things wherever. Although I did notice that she would be like, oh no, I don't want that there. I'm going to move that over there. And so do whatever you like. There's no rules at all to this, obviously. So there we go. I don't know if you noticed that I am going over things, so I didn't like this brown, so I am going to cover it. So I'm just going to bring this over and just kind of split that text up a little bit. I just think it creates a lot more interest. So sort of like on here, you can see where I've done that here, and then on this one where I've overlapped. I think it's just really interesting, creates some cool depth. So let's just finish this up. I really want this in here though. This is a beautiful tone for her journal, so I think I want to bring that in as well. But I want to divide it up. Need to divide it up. Nope. Nope. Okay, what else? It's a work night, so this is not going as easily as I would have liked. It's always hard for me to create at night because I'm just, it's the end of my day. I am my best in the morning for sure. So I'm just going to tear that. So we're just going to set this one aside. This is not the one we're going to do the Twisted Dangles with today. We're going to go ahead and let this dry, and then we will do it. I'll do it off camera, and I'll probably show that in the photos at the end of the video. So there is that. So let's see if we want anything else. I feel like I want to break this up here so that we don't have that strip. I have a lot of the samey patterns here, so I want to try to This would be pretty, except we've got some white on there. I don't want that. What do you think? Should we break that up a little bit? And it's going to make these really strong too, because they are going to be dangles, so I feel like that's too much. And that's too close. Boy, I am just stuck, aren't I? I didn't bring this color in yet, but we can. Let's just pull some of this French, I think this is like a French ledger. I can't remember who the maker is, but I think I want to bring it in over here. Oh, you know what? Nope, I don't want to cover up the bird. So let's just do that. Go up a little bit. So you don't have to overthink it like I am. This is way overthinking it, in my opinion. But now I feel like I need to bring in this script somewhere else, because I feel like it's out of place to only have it in one place. So I'm going to go ahead and just mark that with my pencil right here and just cut that. So again, you guys got to do what you want, what you like, what makes you happy. I don't want to do just a futile kind of project that's really not in line with the way that I like to do things. So I think I want to kind of bring it, offset it over here like that. And I'm going to bring one more piece of that in, because I do like to work in threes. So we can get a little bit of this maybe down here, maybe this part. You guys can even see that, I don't know. And we'll trim off these edges before we're done with this, and then we'll move on to our other bit. Yeah, about right there. Okay, and then we're going to cut the other one up, and then I'm going to show you how we're going to run it through the embossing folder. So we are going to cut it first, because then we can get multiple textures of embossing on each piece of the dangles. So I'm kind of calling them, you know, kind of a collaged, embossed collaged thing. I don't understand the Twisted Dangle title, but we're going to go ahead and cut this up. And it always looks better when it's cut up in terms of like what the overall feel is. So I'm just going to trim this up really quick. I could figure out what. Oh, I went way over with that. That was crazy. It's okay. But I don't want to run this one through and cut it up, because that glue is still wet. That glue sticks. So there we go. So that is the one that I will be cutting up later and making dangles for my sisters for the Love of Blue journal. So I'm going to toss that aside. I'm going to cap my glue, and we're going to start cutting these up. So we decided we wanted to do this one. I need to get these scraps out of my way. Give me just a quick moment. There we go. And I'm going to bring my embossing machine over. And I do apologize, it is dark outside, so that's why we have lots of shadows in here. I don't know. Let me try my above light and see if that makes a difference. No, it doesn't. Let me try my ring light on my camera. Come on. Well, I think I don't like about that. Oh, I mean, I guess that's better, but you get that light in the middle, and I don't like that. That does help with the shadow, though, doesn't it? Let's try it. So I'm going to bring my embossing machine over here. Well, that'll solve that problem. We'll just put it right over this. Well, I guess we got to cut first, don't we? I hope that ring light doesn't bother you guys. Kind of bothers me, but it's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and cut this, because I've got just my small trimmer here. So I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut it at about 5.5 by 5.5-ish. So like, I'll try to get halfway-ish. So I'm just going to slice that. Okay, and then we're going to just start cutting it into pieces. And we're going to do various lengths. I want some that are long, but I don't want them all to be long. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we'll do a couple that are kind of long and wideish. And then we will, I think I'll turn it this way and do a cut this way. I didn't do a prototype of this though, I just watched Cheryl and that's too long, so let's go ahead and trim that off. She did a great job on that video though. Super easy to follow. And it was kind of cool because she was doing a little chit chat about Queen Elizabeth and all of that had just gone down, so it's kind of cool to hear her talk about that. She's here in the United States though, but it doesn't mean that we don't care. So let's see, let's just go ahead and cut more of these. I don't know, I've never done it before. I'm trying to overthink it. I'm always overthinking things, so I'm just gonna start just cutting these strips. And we will see what happens. I'm just turning them in various directions. It just gives you a lot. We're not going to probably make dangles out of all this because it is a lot of collage here. But boy, that was crooked. I feel like this is, well, on the inside of something it wouldn't be bad. Where did that come from? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so let's do this piece as well. So I really feel like I want those butterflies. They're so pretty. I just don't even really know how wide to go, you know, or if I should go skinnier, longer. I guess we can cut them down more if we want to as we put some of these together. Learning together here, guys. So let's go ahead and just do that. But I love how you get all those different bits there. Isn't that cool? Love it. Brilliant idea, whoever thought this up. I can't remember where she saw it. Off the top of my head, I watched a variety of videos after I watched her, so I just don't remember what their names were. I was focused on Cheryl. So let's just do that, and then I can't remember if she did eyelets or not. I don't think she did, and I don't think we need to because these are pretty thick. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some. We might waste just a smidge of this here because I want to make some that are pretty small. So I'm just gonna cut that bit off. I guess that's not too small for that, so I'm going to do a couple that are littler. And how about this one in half? Like so. And then we'll get our hole punch out. We'll start, oh, we got to put this through the embossing machine. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Okay, so now we're going to take those. I'm going to put them right there. And then I'm going to, I don't like to put it sideways, but I'm going to have to do this. And I want that light to go away. So I'm going to try to position this differently. Goodness. There we go. So I've got my pieces over on the other side of me. I'm just trying to cover that light up. So there we go. So what we want is we're just going to look at our, just may as well talk about the sandwich here a little bit. So with my embossing folders, I'm going to go to, you guys can't see this because I can't continue to move it. So this is going to be 3D impressions. This is a standard embossing folder, so I think it's going to be one of these. So let's just try it. So we're going to put a plate down here, and then we're going to get one of these folders. So I think I'll get this one first, and let me just move this out of the way for a quick second and just get this down here. I hope you guys don't mind that light. I would love for you to give me feedback about that. I don't like it because it reflects. I have an idea. I have an idea. I'm kind of persnickety about stuff like that, so I'm going to go ahead and problem solve this, as we say to our kids at school. Problem solve. You can problem solve. So we're going to put that right there. Oh, I feel better already. Okay, so we're going to put some of these in here. And we want, oh goodness, that's, yeah, so we want it like that. So we're going to feed these in here. I'm just going to start lining them up. And I don't know if we should have embossed before we cut it down. That might have been smarter, but I didn't, and so we're going to go with it. And I only want this much to be embossed because I don't want it to all be the same embossed pattern. So I'm going to close that, and then we're going to move this closer. Sorry, you guys are learning with me here. And then we're going to, oh man, they all just moved. Ah, that was silliness. So I should probably be building it on top of this. I can't remember if Cheryl had a better way of doing this. She might have. And again, it doesn't matter if it's perfect. Like we're just looking for some texture here. We're not, you know, it's not rocket science or anything. So I'm just going to try to close that again and try to be a little bit more careful. There we go. Awesome. So now we're going to put our top plate on. Oh my goodness. Work night madness. Okay, so here we go. So we're going to go ahead and push her through and see what we get. That was the right sandwich, so because I've got resistance but not horrible resistance. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out over here because I don't, my plates are pretty messed up, so I don't want to run it through there if I don't have to with all that pressure. Oh goodness, Renee. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Oh. Well, we got some. It's just you can't really, it's hard to see because of the let me just grab all these so I can show you. If you can see this texture. Oh, that light. I don't know if you guys can see the texture. It's here. I mean, you can see it on the back. It probably wasn't the best one for this, but oh, here you can see it on the lighter bits. So focus there. So it is what it is though. We're playing. So let's just set that one aside. That was kind of silly. And I did get embossing on all those pieces. So I am going to set this on here. Actually, I'm going to move this a little bit this way so you guys can see my work surface here, and I'm going to put this on and then close it right up, and it won't, hopefully, I have to do it this way though, hopefully it won't move. So we're going to stick the more pieces in there. So there we go. And again, it doesn't matter. This is not, you know, this is not for anything other than just getting a little bit of texture on our surface here. So, which I thought was a great addition. Like you wouldn't have to do this and these would still be pretty incredible. I feel like I'm all, oh, we're gonna have to tear that one off. I'm all thumbs tonight, so apologize. I'm not used to using the big shot on camera either, so okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go with that. I'm gonna close it. Working. Uh-oh, there we go. Okay, we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna go with it. We're just gonna go with it, and we're gonna laugh, and we're gonna have fun, and we're not gonna worry. There we go. I'd strongly encourage you to go watch Cheryl's video because she's done it again and again and again. I have not. So this is my first time. So let's see what we got here. I'm thinking that this might be a better embossing folder for this. I think so. Let me show you what we got out of this. my goodness. Okay, so there we've got dots. We've got dots. So that's enough, I think, for today. So I've got that bunch and that bunch. I will do these ones later. I'll show you in the close-up photos at the end, but I don't want to keep you too long on something that's so repetitive. So I'm going to go ahead and just make that executive decision. So I don't know. I'm just going to deal with the shadows, you guys. So we're going to pull these back over here. I'm going to do some inking because I like that vintage look. We're going to do some holes. And then I'm going to step away for a moment when I ink these and grab some bolt pins. So I will be back when these are inked. Okay, just about done with the inking here. I'm loving these. I am going to show you some potential issues that I am discovering as I'm touching these. So I'm going to show you the close-ups first so that you guys can marvel at the beauty of this. So look at that. So you've got all this texture, that's all the dots. But what I noted, this one's solid. So I can see why Cheryl did longer strips without dividing that paper, because some of these are compromised by a split. So here's another one. This one is fine, but it is very long, so that will probably get cut off. This one's okay too because it's a solid strip, but this is one that has that script. So you can see the script, and I used my inker and I just inked that up. In fact, I want to do a little bit more on those butterflies. There we go. I think on the ones that I do, the dangles I do for the blue journal, I think I'll use some gold paint or gold ink and do some inking on here. But isn't that beautiful? So cool. So that one's not compromised either, so I must have not bumped into those yet. This one's fine as well. So you can see that script that's highlighted with my embossing. So this is one. So see how this is bending? And that's probably because of where it was, where I overlaid. So I'm just going to snap that off and make that one a shorter one. We can still use that one, potentially. So this one's solid and looks good. And then I think this was another one that was weak. Yeah, this one's weak. So we're going to cut this one as well, like that. So let's start putting these together. So let's see. I'm probably going to get 3 or 4 out of this. I think this is too long. I'm not sure. I haven't done these before. I guess you could cut them off later if they felt like they were too long. So I'm going to kind of get some... Oh, I've never done this. It's so hard. I'm going to lose some of these. So I think I'm going to cut this one in half because I feel like it's way too wide. So let's just fuss with this a little bit, guys, and figure it out together. It is okay. We don't have to. It's okay if we get a different result than we had intended. So, oh, I like those together. So that and that. I think I'm only going to do like 3 because I feel like anything more is going to be kind of overkill. So I love this one. And this one's also weakened. So let's just trim that off. We might use that little bit though. And then we got that. That's pretty samey. Let's turn that over. Yeah. So that's that. I feel like this one is too long as well, so I'm just going to trim that. These will get used for something if I don't add them onto this cluster. So I feel like, I don't know if that's too thick or not. We've got some white showing though. I don't like that. I feel like that's too much. I think I'm going to go with 3. So let me just grab my little bin of lace scraps here and see if we've got something we can pull too. So that's our first one. Let me just get these all arranged here and quit bopping all over the place. So we've got that, and this is kind of a nice skinny one, but I want them to be different heights. So I'm going to go up with that one, and I'm going to go up with this one. And hers were thinner, so I will tell you also that because of the way that I chose to do this, mine are fairly thick, and that's okay too. I'm not disappointed with that at all. I like that one on top. We're going to go with, it's awfully thick though. I think I better just stick with 3. So that's that. I feel like that one needs too much though. Let's get a skinnier one, a littler one. There we go, that's pretty. And we've got this beautiful butterfly one. And we've got this one's gonna have to get cut down because it's just too long. I don't think it's going too bad for my first time doing such a thing. So it's kind of tricky. There we go. There's 3. And then let's see, do we have more? I think these bits we're going to have to wait. Oh, we could do a little one. We could do a small one, can't we? Let's see what we got here. Yep. This is a little too thick now though, so I'm just going to trim that off a little bit. And then I'm going to trim this off and make it a little shrimpy one. Shrimpier. There we go. So let's go ahead and hole punch these. These will not go to waste, I assure you. They will be magnificent in clusters. Absolutely magnificent. So let's go ahead and get some holes punched here. So I won't be able to go through all 3, so I'm just going to do one at a time. I'm just going to speed through that. You guys don't need to see me punching holes, I don't think. Okay, there's that. So let's just put one of these together here really quick, and then we'll see what we want to do with the other ones. So I've got a bunch of lace here. We could put on this this jump ring as well. And where did they go? They're right here. This is my little kind of bin of all that kind of stuff. So we're just going to grab some bulb pins out. I've got some colored ones, but I'm going to stick with the bronze this time. And let's see. So we're just going to feed these on. So it's going to go largest first, and then the middle one. And see, I think that because I made mine thicker, I don't need an eyelet or anything. I don't remember if Cheryl did an eyelet. I feel like that one's too tall at the top. So let me fix that really quick. I don't know if you know what I mean. That hole is pretty far from the from the top, so I'm going to just narrow that gap a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and I think this lace is a little bit too big for this little dangle. I'm just going to feed that on there. You could put buttons on here and all kinds of beautiful things. So we're just going to do that. Come on, fingers work. So there we got it. We have a little dangle. Look at that. And then you could put, you could put a little word on it or something. Totally up to you, but I think they're adorable. And the back on this one, because I put it on some coffee dyed paper, the back is fine. I should have inked the back as well, the edges, but I did not. I might do that with these future ones. In fact, let me go ahead and do that just so that doesn't look so strange. I'll be right back. Okay, just gonna finish inking this last bit. And again, I would do this more in strips next time rather than breaking up those pieces because I've got some weak bits. So this one is another one that's, was this the one? There's one here. Oh, this one's bending quite a bit too. So it should be fine, but just so you know, that might be something to avoid. I'm gonna get some of this lace out. I love this, and this would be beautiful. So let's go ahead and get these decorated and hole punched, all of that business. I'm gonna pull that off. This is pretty darn hairy. We'll see if that works. I love that green though, so let's get this one going on. Sure, I'm having trouble with my eyes here. Let's see if I can just kind of go through that. that seems to be working okay. A little hard on the hands, but then I can just switch that out. Use this one. There we go. All right. So, again, why does that look like it's not inked? Okay, so that's the big part. So we're going to get our bold pin. And we're going to start here at the back. I can't ever remember how these are supposed to hang. Like, you know, I think they pin onto something else so it doesn't, that bold pin and positioning on this can totally be negotiated later. It doesn't have to be decided now. You could actually put, you know, lace in between the layers as well. I wonder if we've got anything that would work here. Oh, this would be gorgeous. Shall we try this? Put a little piece of this in between. Why not? Let's try it. So I'm going to try to get this up into the thicker part here. I'm going to trim that off a little bit. This may or may not work. I'm not sure. I'm just going to try to go through that flower there. See if that will give me some more stability. Oh, that would be gorgeous. Look at that. Ta-da! And then we can use a piece of that for our bold pin at the top too. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yes, good move. And then we can cut a bit of it off at the bottom. And we're going to borrow from Peter to pay Paul, as they say. There we go. And let's just get this piece up at the top. See how that looks. I mean, it's kind of hard to see, but you know, if it shakes around, like, that's beautiful. Love it. Cheryl, thank you for being brilliant, for sharing your gifts with us. She's the sweetest lady too, you guys. Lots of people know her, so I probably don't even have to tell you who she is. She's pretty loved. Pretty loved lady. Okay, there we go. So, whoops. Come on. There we go. There's the second one. So before I take the photos, I'll probably put I might put words on that or something. We'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and just speed through the last two, and you guys can just watch me. Sorry for being all thumbs here tonight, you guys. Kind of in a zone, apparently. I don't like that. I'm going to fish through here a little bit more. I'm overthinking it, but that's just fatigue. That's just fatigue. Just trying to find, I want something that's kind of grungy-ish. And not too specific. Need something kind of thin too. Let's try this. Just a little bit of frou-frou. This one tends to want to curl though, because it is an elastic-ish lace. So, oh, I love that. Perfect. Okay guys, so this is what we have. We have 4 that we made today. I will decorate them further off camera and show them at the end of the video in the photos. So thanks for sticking it out with me. I don't know how this is gonna go. Like, it feels like it was a little bit of a hot mess, but I'm a firm believer that being our best self is we show up. We show up even when we're not at our best. We show up when we're not clear-headed, and we just share creativity. This is not a contest. This is not anything but just getting together, sharing ideas, sharing inspiration, and such. So I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.